even though like the doctors will say you're fine, but it's like I don't ever feel fine. So how am I okay when I'm feeling these things I shouldn't feel, and it's every single day. Like sometimes you get tired. You know, you're like, bro, like I just don't want to live with this anymore. I don't want to go through this anymore. It gets depressing.
What the fuck is up? Back at it again with my special guest, the singer Philly. Sing Like Philly for those of you that don't know, and those of you that want to. Sing Like Philly on all platforms. An artist, go-getter, a mother, and I don't want to say mental health survivor, but you know, you battling your mental health.
Yeah.
And you win it.
Yep, got to.
Shout out to you. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Yeah. Just rolling. Rolling with the punches. Doing the best I can with what I got at this point.
You're good. You're all good.
Yeah.
I'm here. We're here for you.
Yeah. So you feeling good?
Yeah.
Life's good?
Life's good. Life's good. Can't complain too much.
Getting back to music. Shout out to you for that.
Yes.
We've been waiting.
Yes. Thank you.
Whether you think so or not, somebody's watching.
You're right. You're right. Yep. Just dropped a new single on my birthday recently. Last Thursday. So yeah.
Well, happy birthday to you and congratulations.
You do. Wanna spend it on you. Got my time, my mind, my life, baby. I ain't seen you with nobody but you. I'm dedicated, I do.
Appreciate it.
You doing a video?
Yeah. I'm trying to get that squared away right now. Figure out exactly what it's going to be and planning all that out. But yeah.
So, some of your pet peeves.
Some of my pet peeves. Slow people.
People that take too long to do stuff.
Not like
Let's be specific.
Well, that too. You take too long. I'm very impatient, but I'm not impatient. Like I'm patient. Just certain things I'm like, if I can move faster than that, you should be able to move at the same speed I can move at. Why are you still not ready? And I'm ready an hour before you.
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that.
That's somebody that be showing up late to stuff.
Yeah, I'm always early. I'm on white people time. But that and when the other part of slow people would be, I just feel like they don't have a brain, but they got a brain.
But they got a brain.
It's
yeah.
like
Incompetence.
Yeah.
Or even acting like you're incompetent. I can't stand that shit. People people have definitely criticized me about that because it'd be like, bro, like you understand this. You just literally told me you understand this without telling me, and now you don't understand this.
Right.
Or like they say, common sense. Common sense is not common.
It's not at all.
Because it'd be like, bro, what? How?
Yeah.
How do you let this happen? How do you say this? How does this make sense to you? Make it make sense now to me, and then I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because you don't make it make sense.
Sure. Or there's certain experiences which I feel like at a certain age you should have experienced, and some people just ain't experienced them, and I'm just like, you know what? Like, how did you not know that was gonna happen if you did A, B, and C? That was, no. You know what? We're just gonna.
Yeah. So I definitely feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves. Is like, how? That's always my question. How?
Yeah.
Make it make sense. So who is Philly? Tell us about you. Where are you from? Where you grew up? How you grew up? What schools?
I was born in San Francisco, raised in Daly City. I lived out there until I was about like 12 years old. Then from there we moved to like Pacifica and stuff in between that 12 years, like a little bit, for like a few years, like 2 years or so. I don't really count that. But yeah, moved to Dublin, and I lived in Dublin for like 3 years. Went to elementary school out there, and then shot on over to good old Lathrop, and from Lathrop to good old Stockton, Western Ranch. And from Western Ranch, went to college in Iowa, and then was out there for 3 years. Yeah.
Track.
Yeah. That was
basketball.
my main sport in college was track and field though. High school I did basketball, track, tennis, and that's it.
Oh, you was out here.
Yeah.
So you good with your feet.
wouldn't say that.
Playing tennis and
I
basketball.
like 2 left feet.
So you can't dance either?
That's
goodness.
funny. Because someone said that to me on Sunday. Went to this event. And I was like, I can 2-step with you all day. I don't know nothing else. That's all you going to get from me. Nothing else, sorry. I was like, I cannot dance.
You don't do none of the TikTok dances with the kids?
I have one that I did with my 2 nieces. And it actually came out pretty decent. It wasn't hard, though. That one was easy.
I don't think they necessarily be dancing either. Like, all the TikTok trends are, like, set for people that can't dance to be able to dance.
Then I really
in a
can't
sense.
dance. Because some of them I can't. I just can't get. I'm like, okay, we doing too much now.
Yeah,
like,
I think I
going a little
have too
far.
much rhythm for some of that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, some of it be like, alright. And then, like, that's the type of shit make me feel old. Like, some of this shit, I be like, I'm too old to be sitting here doing this shit.
Looking crazy.
And then seeing, like, men my age doing it, like, bro, what are
Just
you
all
doing?
cheesing and
Or
happy
coming up
about
with
it.
the dances and shit, and it'd be like, uptown, downtown.
Whatever makes you some money.
Yeah, I
Hey,
got it. You got it.
Gotta
dog.
do it. Content is content. Oh well.
Feel it.
Pack him and this dance up. Get it out of here, man. Make up a new dance. I'm sick of it.
How was like your high school experience? Did you get recruited out to Iowa?
Yeah, I got recruited from my junior college. I went to Delta. High school was cool. I would say like my experience with high school. It's funny because before that, we'll go back a little bit. I was like, I've always been a really shy person. Like I'm very shy, so I smile all the time. If you can't tell, but I'm always cheesing super hard because I'm shy. But like once I get to know you, yeah, I'll talk to you, whatever. I'm like very out there, like that's just me. But yeah, grew up like really shy. My mom used to always get mad at me. My dad like get frustrated with me, like you need to speak up for yourself and da 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 da.
I can trust them. I can rely on them. Who cares?
And now they hate it.
Right.
I'm like, you guys made me this way. You told me stop being shy, speak up for myself, like all this stuff, like do stuff for yourself. Like you need to vocalize. And now that I'm older, I feel like I do it a little too much.
No.
But
So I'm self-serving. You're the one who only cares about yourself. You're nasty to everyone here. Like,
I mean, you communicate what it is that you
Yeah.
feeling, what you need, your
Yeah.
needs, and
I'm a little too honest sometimes. I know that. But hey,
is that a
somebody
thing?
got to tell you.
You think that's a thing, or do you think just
People make it a thing.
setting?
I think it's just me being real and other people just can't take it.
Yeah, no, people hate the truth.
You see, now I know why you're too scared of taking risks. Because you don't even know what the hell you're doing.
For sure.
Holla the truth. I hate that. No, people really hate the truth. Everybody says they can handle the truth. You can't.
A lot, yeah, no.
Yeah, like
It's gonna hit something.
even myself, like I'm a victim to this too. There's some truths that I thought I wanted to hear that when I heard them, I don't think I need to hear no more of that.
Right.
I don't
I hear
want to hear
you.
that truth again.
Same here. I'm the same way. Sometimes you can tell when I'm getting a little defensive. But at the same time, I don't care. But I'll kind of be like, hold on, well, time out. Okay. Since we talking, we gonna talk then. No.
Right.
But high school was pretty cool. I was like bullied a lot in elementary school
was gonna
though.
ask
In
about
middle
that.
school.
Because you
Yeah.
said you were kind of shy, like
Yeah.
stand up for yourself.
Yeah, I had people throwing basketballs at my head and getting told I was ugly.
Well, if you
and
didn't want to be hazed, you should have combed your hair.
I had acne when I was like in middle school. That's when like it was bad. And then it was
Look at you glowing now.
yeah, it was horrible. Like I
Tell
used
'em,
to
look
get
at me
made fun
now.
of all the time. And I
Oh, nice pants. Floods are coming.
Yeah, your clothes suck. Charlie, zip it.
hated it. I used to cry because I'm like, bro, why am I just ugly? And then I looked like a little boy, and I really dressed like a little boy, but not like a cute little boy. It was like, what kind of little boy is this? And yeah, so when I got into high school, I kind of started like growing into my looks a little bit. Um, that's like when guys actually started like, you know, kind of liking me. Like I never had like elementary school where like kids or boys are like, oh, nah, nah, nah. Like especially nowadays, it's different now. But they be young, yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's like high school is when like I really like kind of grew into my looks a little bit more. And I was like, okay, so like I was like, cool. And then I don't know, I wouldn't really consider myself popular, but everybody knew me and everybody was cool with me. But I wouldn't say I was like the popular kid on campus. Um, it was just more so of like, what he said. Yeah, I was just there. I was chilling. People knew me. And I talked to everybody. So I never, even like the nerds at the school, like those are some of my good friends. I'm still like friends with them. Like I still message them. Like the people who nobody wanted to talk to. I always made sure I included everybody.
What movie was that? It's a movie where they were like not popular at some point and became popular, and then they were helping somebody else not popular. I keep wanting to think. What's the one with the little girl from Grownish?
I don't even know. I've never watched that.
Can't think of it. I feel like it was that one.
Mm-hmm.
Or she wasn't a popular kid, so she was like hella. Nonetheless,
you're good. No, you're good. Yeah, that's just me. I never like was the type to really be a bully. Ask my best friend though, he gonna say she was a bully. Anyways, I'm not a bully. I was always trying to be nice to people, unless they made me mad. It's a different story.
Hurt kids.
Yes, don't make me mad, and I won't do nothing to you or say nothing to you.
I can establish my dominance easily, or you can make it hard for yourself. And I will strike back with a vengeance, like you've never known.
But yeah, that was just me. I feel like though in high school, like I wasn't sure who I was though, because I did have a lot of friends. I went from not having many friends to having a bunch of friends and like trying to figure out who I was. I didn't really know who I was, and I was just kind of like dipping in different stuff, and like
as we all did in high school.
Yeah, one of my best friends, like she was like a punk rocker, like, and I used to like sometimes wear the little plaid skinny jeans with the chains and the yeah, it was there. It was the time.
He's got a sense of fashion.
It was the time listening to, you know, Panic at the Disco, all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it was interesting. But one thing I think that really had like a big like impact on like who I am, like coming into now, like from like growing up, was like me being like into anime, me being into like video games. Like I'm a big gamer, you know, anime person. I mostly play Call of Duty, but I played everything.
That's like,
but I love Call of Duty right now. That's my
go
thing.
to the Call of Duty.
Call of Duty and
women that I know that game, they all kind of like shift toward Call of Duty.
I don't know. I like it.
I have to look at the psychology behind it.
I played like Apex and stuff like that, but I still was like, I like Call of Duty better. I still play like Kingdom Hearts and stuff. I'll replay it over and over because I feel like that's one of the best like gaming series they had if it's like story mode. Besides like GTA, GTA is a different type of like game though, but GTA and Kingdom Hearts were like up there too. But yeah, play video games, being into anime, and the Japanese and like Asian culture in general, and like the Filipino culture, like. Being young in Daly City, there wasn't really a lot to do. Like, I mean, we made like fun with our friends and did a lot of karaoke. A lot of our best friends, there was 7 of them, and they're Filipino. And yeah, so I love like Filipino food. I love karaoke, but you know, just basic things. But as you could tell, you know, all the animes. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was pretty chill. I Was getting into a lot of trouble though, because I went to Western Ranch High School in Stockton for like 1 year, and I was getting in a lot of trouble. Like I almost ended up dropping out of high school, and then my mom was just like, "Why would you come to Western Ranch and like we come here and now all you want to do is go outside with your friends and you don't come home till like 2, 3 in the morning and you're never going to school? Like, what are you doing? You're late every day. We live across the street. Like, how are you late every day?" Like every day. So yeah, I just was doing really bad when I went there, and then I couldn't hoop, so I think that's what really like turned everything around, because I was like, I play basketball, this is what I do. And so I tried to, my mom was like, I'm gonna send you back to Lathrop. Went back to Lathrop High and was like, okay, let me get back on my stuff. I want to play basketball. Went and did basketball tryouts. I ended up getting kicked out the gym and couldn't play that year because some stuff I said that I shouldn't have said to the coach. So he was like, if you can go and show me that you could play for a team and not act the way that you're acting, I'll let you come back and play for your senior year. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I ended up doing wrestling. And I did that for a little bit. And then I was just like, yeah, you know, don't think this is for me. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't a sport. I was like, oh yeah, like I just want to wrestle. I was just doing it because something to keep me in shape, and like I wanted to lose weight too. And I knew I'd lose weight really fast, so I did that. And then track season came, and I feel like the people who made the biggest impacts on changing my life for the better when I was in high school were my coaches. And that's my track coaches. Because I definitely was going down a really wrong path, like bad path. Yeah, my track coaches, and then meeting like my brother Chris, DJ Chris, kind of kept me out of trouble of being with the wrong crowds. Like we just focus on making music, party life, hosting all the best parties out that way. Everybody knows there's no Philly without Chris. There's no Chris without Philly. That's just how it's always been. And that's what we always say. But we're literally together like every day, like coming up with plans like, okay, we gotta make some money, or we about to go DJ this party. Let's do this party. Like, and then I was recording at the time. I actually did like photography and videography back then. And yeah, we were just the duo for all the parties. You get the DJ and the camera woman. So
that's lit.
That's how the turn up life
Shout
came
out to
around.
real friends. People that help you stay grounded.
For sure.
And, help you get the direction going where you need to go, and directing your energy into something positive, instead of letting you spiral down a rabbit hole that you might not be able to dig yourself out of.
Definitely.
Or that they can't help you dig out of as well.
For sure. But
do you DJ too?
No.
Do you
I
know
mean,
how?
yeah, I know how to a little bit, but not like much. I can do like small transitions here and there, but I know how to keep it, the BPMs, all that. Make sure you stand where you need to say. Make sure you mix in the right songs, but that's about it.
Seem very versatile. What are you not good at?
What am I
Besides
not good
dancing?
at? I was gonna say dancing. I'm not good at
How you was
dancing.
at all the lit parties, DJing,
So, okay.
lightweight.
I know how to
the
yike.
music.
That's the only thing I know how to do. Yike and twerk. That's it. That's sad. That's it.
You know how to twerk too?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that? So what dancing don't you know how to do? You can yike and twerk.
Like
How
I
do you
can't
not?
dance. Like if they said
Like the Jabberwockies?
World,
Nobody
yeah, I was
expects
gonna
you to
say
do the Jabberwockies.
I was gonna say World of Dance. Like if someone said World of Dance, here's some music. Come on, you gotta perform. I don't know. I can't dance like
Can you,
that.
like slow dance.
Like what kind of slow dance?
I guess it's like a
like
two-step
high
thing,
school
too.
on the floor.
No, not
I'm just kidding.
the
Just
Bay
like-
Area slow dance.
the Bay Area. So you mean like at a wedding slow dance?
Yeah, like if you got married, would you be able to slow dance?
Oh
with
no,
your-
I never tried. All my high school. I didn't go to any high school dances. Only dances I went to was elementary school, and nobody ever wanted to dance with me. Nobody really liked me back then, so I don't.
You didn't go to
I've
prom?
never. No, I didn't go to prom.
Me either.
That's
I really
a funny
didn't go
story
because
about
my
that.
mom wouldn't let me get a white tux. That was like
And that's
my,
what you wanted.
That was my baseline reason, and then the other reason was So freshman year, I had met this girl. Our birthdays are a day apart, and freshman year we was like, we're going to prom together. And then by the time senior year came, she was at a different school. Even to this day, we still call each other prom date. And
That's cute.
didn't go. Somebody else had actually asked me, or like kind of insinuated, and I felt like it was gonna make somebody else mad. So that was my second reason for not going.
Yeah.
And then my third reason is I had a job, so I just went to work that day. And then like after I got off of work, they did like an after prom party type ordeal. So I went to that, but yeah, I didn't go to the actual prom. I kind of, in a sense, I kind of regret it.
Yeah.
Like
I hear you.
making them memories.
Same.
Like we had a lot of memories, but I guess that was one. I really wasn't big. I wasn't a big dancer either. Like there was times I know how to dance, but I wasn't big in like public dancing.
So like, if a song comes on, what's the first move you doing?
Now at this big old age, I'm hitting the two-step on it. But
at this big old age.
back then, I might throw a little in there. Okay, something like that. But
I can't do that. I told you I can't dance.
no, but I see some shit that I be like, ooh, that's hard. Like, might go bust a move or two, but nothing crazy no more. I'm old. My body don't like that.
I hear you on that part.
Yeah, the knees and things.
That's
So,
cool though.
what's your morning routine like?
My morning routine? Oh Lord. Not the best. And it needs to be better. No, I wake up. My dad usually wakes my daughter up first because I'm asleep. Because usually my son does not like to go to sleep early. So we're up like till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And my dad knows, he's like, hey, like, start getting ready for you. Sometimes, well, when it comes to doing her hair, that's when I get woken up. You gotta do her hair. Mom, can you do my hair? So, yeah, that's how it starts. And then my sons usually sleep till like 9, 10 o'clock. So I'll like, once my dad takes my daughter to school, I most of the time just get back in bed and try to like sleep for a few more hours. If not, I'm on Instagram, which is really bad. I need to, I don't know. I
Wake
need
up
to
and
stop.
check everything. Oh, what? I got Facebook
Well, I read
notifications,
scriptures
Instagram.
first on my phone. I make sure it's the first thing I go to. I read the scriptures, and then from there, I go to Instagram.
Yeah, wake up. And I already just told myself to stop doing that shit. Wake up and instantly checking text message, Facebook, Instagram, email. All right, missed calls. Nobody calling you at 4 in the morning. And if it was too important and you missed it anyways.
Exactly.
But I've been talking to myself about getting back in the habit of one. In the beginning of the year, I was meditating when I woke up. The first 10 minutes of my day, I meditated. I think that was serving me justice, and I don't know why I even stopped. It was some of them days you wake up and you're like, but like I say, the best version of you is on the other side of discipline.
Yeah, for sure.
And discipline is doing what you need to do when you least feel like it. So getting back into that for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was, I don't know, them days, go to sleep late, wake up early days, kind of be like, let me just snooze until it's actually time for me to get up. But yeah, definitely getting back into that.
For sure. Yeah, I think I have a routine in mind of what I want to do. Like, since my son does sleep in so late, like, get up, go ahead and brush my teeth first, lay back in bed probably, or go sit down in the living room or outside, especially since it's getting warm outside, and just read at least for like the first like 30 minutes of my day, and just read parts of, like, I have a lot of books, so it's a lot of them. There's a few of them that I've read, but there's a lot I haven't, so it's kind of like I need to start reading the ones I do have, because I feel like once I was reading, I felt like my vocabulary, of course, was like getting a lot better, and I feel like now that I don't read anymore, like a lot of that just kind of
What's your like go-to genre
of like books? Mostly like anything. I like learning, so I don't care to read like fiction, nonfiction type stuff. I'm more so like a real life things type of person. I forgot. Like, oh, so mostly like self-help books a lot. Those are really good ones because it just like it just kind of gives you that energy. Like, okay, yeah, like I can do it. Whatever it is I got to get through the day. It kind of just helps give that positive like energy. You know, especially reading that to start my day. That's sometimes what I need. Cause like, sorry, I'll just want to like lay back down in bed and just be like, lay here and watch all this negative stuff on Instagram. But I'd rather just start it in a more positive sense of reading something, self-help book or whatever. And even like kind of working on my craft, like writing music. I have a lot of books on like writing music that I need to read that I haven't even opened up.
Oh, I know the feeling.
You know, and then just maybe doing some like exercises like on, you know, just trying to get better with that. So, cause I never like really learned how to do any of that. I just do it.
Right.
I didn't learn how to sing. I just
Innate
do
nature.
it.
Yeah. People be acting like I could sing. I hit some notes sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I can hit some notes. But in totality now, I don't think, I mean, I know I can't. If I had the coaching, like if I had somebody to actually help me learn how to do it,
Yeah.
I could probably go crazy. But,
Yeah.
Because I can like do a bunch of things with my voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to hear it one day.
Like, oh my God, guys.
No, stupid shit like that.
Hey, nothing wrong with
But
that.
I had to learn that in middle school. So my like girl voice, I throw people off all the time. Like I'll say their name and then be looking around with them like, who the fuck was that? Like where's your wristband guy? I've been doing that all my life. But it started in middle school. I was one of the only kids with a cell phone. Like all the girls had house phones. So when you call, you can't just directly ask from a middle school boy trying to talk to somebody's daughter. So I would have to throw in my girl voice and get them on the phone.
Hey, whatever you gotta do, huh?
Hey, yeah.
Whatever you gotta do.
Bad habits.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, way too young to even know how to do. Like nobody taught me that. That was just something that I came up with for no reason. Or maybe a girl was like, if you call, you gotta sound like a girl or say this or whatever. I don't know. I've always, I ain't never really had like no deep ass masculine voice, so that was a thing.
Okay.
What motivates you to get up and keep going?
My kids. Really, that's it.
That, yeah. That's it. How old are your kids?
That's it. Yes.
How old is your oldest?
My daughter will be 8 in a few weeks. My son just turned 3.
So what was motivating you 9 years ago?
Sports. Trying to go to the Olympics. That was my goal. And then I got pregnant with my daughter. And I missed out on my last season track and field. And I kind of just like, whatever. I'm going to just take care of my daughter and move back home to California. So, yeah.
How was Iowa?
Where I lived, Amish people, 2 gas stations, technically 3, but it was a little bit further. And then like a Pizza Hut, a Subway.
A Pizza Hut, a Subway.
And this other store. It was like a weird store, but they had like everything. It's kind of like a Big Lots in a sense, but it wasn't Big Lots. But then they like make T-shirts and signs and stuff like that too. So it was weird. And then what's it called? A Dollar Tree? Yeah, Dollar Tree. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name at first because I actually worked there. A Dollar Tree and the Amish store. That's all that was out there. There's like a few other little places.
Because coming from Daly City, I'm pretty sure it's not the culture differences.
Oh yeah, culture shock for sure.
Yeah.
When we got there, I was just like, bro, like we're really in the middle of nowhere. I actually went with another teammate from Delta. We went to the same school, and then actually 2 of my other really close friends ended up coming out there too the semester after. So it was like 4 of us coming from the same JC. So it was pretty fun. But yeah, it was like nothing out there. There's probably like only a few hundred people. There was nothing to do. People had baby kangaroos in diapers, so.
In Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
We're giving Australia. God.
Right. It was like literally nothing out there. Definitely different, for sure. There was like places where they're like really racist. There was like certain restaurants, like some of us just couldn't go into. Like it was that bad in certain spots for sure.
Is that like how are y'all? There's nothing even out there to be racist against. Are there black people out there? Like,
yeah, there are some barely. Like
the ones that go out there
where
for sports.
we lived. Yeah, there were some where we lived, but like if you go to Des Moines, which was like West Des Moines, like Des Moines was like the
capital.
Yeah, if you go out there, of course, there's black people. It has its own hoods, all that stuff. Like it was just small. It's not as big as like your big cities. It was really, it was all pretty small. But it was nice out
like
there.
because people feel like that about Denver.
Yeah.
But if you know anything about Denver, it's definitely niggas out there, and the LA niggas know.
Yeah.
Because like gang culture and all that.
Right. Okay.
They brought that out there, but yeah, it's definitely niggas in Denver.
I don't know much. I don't know anything about Denver.
Yeah. But people always, it's niggas it's black people in Denver.
Yeah.
It's good majority. So Denver's big, but if you had to compare it to like a population, like let's just say the whole, well not now, but like the black population in San Francisco is just in a bigger city.
Okay.
So it's spread out and it's a big area, but the black population is like San Francisco comparison.
Okay.
Not like Oakland. I don't think it's that big.
Yeah.
Maybe now.
San Francisco's pretty big though.
No, San Francisco's like tiny compared to a Denver.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, San Francisco's not really
For sure.
big.
Yeah. No.
It seems big, but it's not
Yeah.
that. Like it's that little piece over there.
A little piece of land just floating out there.
Shout out to San Francisco though, representative.
Yep, yeah, it was just small. It was cool, but I couldn't wait to come back home, of course, because everything's out here.
And it's hella slow out there compared to coming from San Francisco.
Yeah, they didn't have like central AC. It's like the big AC things in the walls. So I'm like, why do we not have just
what's the weather like out there? It's four seasons.
It's freezing. Yeah, when it's freezing, it's hot and humid when it's hot. Yeah, every season for sure. It was nice though. It was cool. No mountains. That was the weird thing. Everything just so flat. I was like, that's weird.
Like Denver's like that until you go to the mountains.
Oh, okay. I was like, really?
The mountains in Aspen, and no, nigga, we don't go up there. We don't.
We don't go
That's
up
not
there.
like a thing. Like until we got older and shit, or unless you went on a field trip, or like your parents wanted to take you to the zoo up there or something.
Yeah.
But other than that, like we didn't have no business in the mountains. That's got nothing to do with us. Like up until we became the new adults, was we going to Aspen and Vail and whatever.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
No, nothing up there. People like, you never been snowboard? No. Why? What business do I have doing that up there? There's nothing up there for us.
That's crazy.
All flatland. So music. You mentioned doing music. How? What got you into it?
Same story to everybody. My brother Chris has always been a producer. He's been doing that like since I met him, making beats and stuff. And then he started engineering, and then I was around all that all the time, but I never did music or thought about doing music until like one day Blueface Bust Down Tatiana came on, and I said, if he can make a song and it's on the radio, I can make a song. So I'm making a song. I called Chris and I said, mind you, I was working at TSA at the time. And I'm like, Chris, I'm on my way to work. Like, hey, I need a beat. How much do it cost? He's like, oh, it costs this much. All right. Sent him the money over. He sent me a beat. Made a song. My first song. It was called Round and Round.
Round and Round. Was it elementary as Tatiana?
You said what?
Was it like as elementary as Tatiana? Because you said you was like, I heard this. I could make a song too.
It wasn't like that though. It was just like talking about like relationships. That's what I always talk about in my.
But it was articulate.
Yeah, I always talk about like relationships. I don't know why.
You know why?
I don't.
You do.
Someone gave me an explanation on why I make the kind of music I make, and then I was like, nah, I don't see it. But then I feel like a part of me was like, yeah, you see it. But Yeah, a lot of my songs are about people, though. And, like, sometimes real-life situations, but some of them aren't. Most of them are, some of them aren't. And some of them, a lot of them are about specific people. So every song, there's a person behind that song.
That's how I typically do my music, and till that I had this like time where I was trying to make a hit song or something for the masses. Yeah. And it just like it'd be cool, but my core audience, my 50 people, want to hear what's going on with me. Yeah. Like that was like my Moesha diary for them. Like I didn't care. I got to a point where I didn't care if the same 50 people heard it, because that's who wants to hear it. Right. Like they know what they know what they coming for.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this is what he been going through. This is how he been feeling about it, and they just proud that I can articulate myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was I about to ask you about the song? Oh no, I was just calling because you said like hearing Blueface made you. Like, yeah, I'm about to do a song. I think for most young men, it was Bow Wow and Romeo. Like they gave us the courage. And then by the time high school came, Soulja Boy. Like we don't give him enough credit, but he had niggas like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? I'm sure it's probably different for Bay Area niggas because they have their own. It's its own culture. Mm-hmm. But like growing up in the middle of the map. Like, we getting filtered from both sides, but Soulja Boy was the nigga that made us feel like we could do it. Okay. Crank that.
I feel that.
What are some of your highs and lows of music?
My highs? I feel like I be so close sometimes, and then a bunch of stuff happens, and then I just like stop.
You know what that is? That's a test to see if you really want it.
Yeah. I feel like with the first high was like me going to Empire, and like I was about to start working there, and I'm not working there. I won't go too much into it, but ended up not working there. But just meeting all these people from like different states, like people who do music, to people who are doing radio stations, to people who are actually like in the music industry, like in the wide, like up there with it, like meeting all these people, I felt like I was in a spot where as long as I was able to make the hit I needed to, it was going to take off.
One hit away, for sure.
Yeah, I was like literally right there. I had everybody at my fingertips. Not like, oh, they're at my fingertips, but like the people who I needed that could have helped me were right there in my corner. And I didn't utilize it the way I should have at the time. I ended up getting pregnant with my son, but then I was going through a lot with my son's father.
Oh, it's about to get spicy.
No, just from like, I don't really care to talk about it all the time, but just from like the physical abuse to the mental abuse. With that, I just wasn't in the right mindset to keep making music. I was just going through so much that I was like, I can't shuffle all this at the same time. And then I was pregnant with my son, actually, when I went to Empire. So it was just a lot going on at that time. And I just chose to be the adult and not the person who wanted to chase their dreams. So I kind of like took a step back from music and everything. Since then, I've been like going back and forth, like times where I'm like, okay, I'm making a song. And it's just random. But now I've came to a point where I'm like, all right, let me just get back into it. Let me give it one more shot, see how this goes. If I don't do it, I think after this, like, I'll just be done with it. Just more so just let me just be the mom I need to be for my kids. Focus on them more so than trying to make music, because it does take a lot of time. It does take a lot from you.
A lot of time, a lot of money.
Yeah, money for sure.
A lot of effort that feels like it's wasted.
I'm broke, baby.
The results.
Yes, so that's how I'm just like, we'll see. I'm going to give it one more shot, see where I could take it. And if it don't go, it don't go. But I'm trying to hope for the best and do what I can to get there. So,
where's the passion come from?
For music? I don't know. That's crazy because, I mean, I did band for like 6 years of my life. So I know how to read and write music and everything. I've always loved music in general. I never really sang before until like, I think it was like besides karaoke. With my friends, I didn't take it serious like, oh, I'm going to be a singer one day. Like, I knew I could hold a tone, I could hold a note, whatever. Cool. But I don't know. When I made the song, that's just when I was like, I like doing this. I'm like, this is like my new happy place. Other than playing sports, I'm like, this is my new happy place. Like, something I feel like I want to continue to do. I want to keep doing it. Like, it's fun to me. And then I even picked up like engineering, like mixing and mastering, recording and all that stuff.
I hated it. I wouldn't even get serious.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
And then there was some niggas that would come that just made me like, nope, I'm cool. Like the punch in niggas.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience for it.
I
Like,
hear you.
doing my own shit, yeah. But I already know what I'm doing and whatnot. But
I always looked at it like, as long as I'm making money, I'm not tripping. Like, you're wasting your own time, so.
I didn't give a fuck. I'm over it.
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, I'm making money. If you want to waste your own time, you want to take your time, you want to stop and smoke for an hour, that's your time. Like, don't get mad at me. We're not. Nope, we're not doing it. Unless it was like a 10-hour session, I get it. Like, I need a break too. Like, let's take a break real quick or something. But, yeah, no. But so far, music's been something I really like to do. It's been an interesting path that I took when it came to music. That showed me a lot. So, brought me to a lot of rooms and places I never would have been in without it.
Facts.
So,
I met a lot of people
yeah.
during my music journey. I would say the up, I guess, or like the highs was being on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went on the tour bus or nothing. Like I've been on the tour buses, but being around with SOB was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was traveling with them. I was hitting the states with them and shit, and getting to see the crowds and how people react just all over the country. Did Atlanta, Denver, a bunch of Bay Area shows, SAC, New York.
That's dope. I want to experience something like that.
Yeah, no, that was an experience for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the full experience because it's not like I was a part of the shit.
But you were there, so it's
yeah.
still an experience to a certain extent, for sure.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people get to experience that either.
And then just getting to meet different people. Like I've been around a lot of people.
Yeah.
I haven't been around nobody that got me like starstruck though.
Yeah.
Like that's never been a thing.
I don't get starstruck. Do you get starstruck? Like, you feel would there be somebody that you feel like would make you be like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe Cole.
Yeah.
But he seems like a real just down to earth regular nigga.
Right.
Anyways.
So you'll be like, oh, okay, like on his level.
But like, might be some butterflies when I see him.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, it's Cole, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like my favorite rapper growing up was Twista.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm gonna have that same reaction meeting Twista that I'm gonna have with Cole.
Right.
Like, oh shit, cause this nigga right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't really think anybody else is gonna. Oh yeah.
I think the one person I really want to meet, artist wise, is Kehlani. I really want to meet her.
I kind of feel like that'd be easy to do. To like meet her.
I don't know, but like I want to meet her, like not in like a meet and greet type of situation.
Like run into her.
Run into her. We can have a conversation. We're in the same room, same space for a little bit of time, and we can actually talk. Only because like I just feel like we'd be like, I don't know. I feel like we have the same vibe. We have the same birthday.
Oh wow.
Same birthday. She's a year younger than me. But I just feel like our energies be like, we'll probably be right there with each other. So I don't know. She's dope.
Kehlani, if you see this,
I need to meet you. Can you be my best friend? No, just
make
kidding.
it happen.
Nah.
My son, so his mom, they were like out in LA when he was 2, 3 maybe or something like that. He was younger. and he's playing with a kid. She's not paying no attention. Like, she's watching him, of course, but she's like not paying attention to the kid or the parent or whatever. And then she's like talking to the parent, and then she realizes who she's talking to. She's talking to Amber Rose.
Oh, that's crazy.
He was like sitting there playing with Wiz Khalifa's son,
right?
And she's
Super
sitting there talking to
random.
Amber Rose, and I was like, wait, like, I know you. Oh shit. But so that was a funny story, that because it caught her off guard, like, shit. Like, my son, her son, are just
that's wild for sure.
Kids can do a lot of magical things. So what are some of your fears about, like, music, I guess?
Fears about music?
Yeah.
Being scammed. That's the biggest thing. Running into people who are like, yeah, I could take you there. And just had this conversation with my brother the other day. But sometimes it's like, there's no reward without a risk. So sometimes you just have to take that risk depending upon what it is. Yes, do your research still. And if some of it's hidden, like, okay, cool. Like, all right, this makes sense. This makes sense. That makes sense. You know, people who I kind of like can get to have a conversation with them to be like, how do you know this person? Cool, but then it's like, still, how do I know what you're saying is real and that what you're saying you're gonna do, like, is what you're gonna do? So just, that's the biggest thing, being scammed, and that's it. I'm not really like, I don't know, I really want to just like try it, give it my best shot, and see where I take it. That's probably the only part that I'm really like, ooh, I don't know. So far, that's the only thing I can really think of.
So, knowing you for the couple years I've known you, I know you had a huge battle with anxiety. What's that like?
What is it like?
Yeah, like,
horrible. I'm like this happy, positive person for the most part, but it started like during college when I was in Iowa. I ended up coming back home during a summer, and it was after my first semester in Iowa. I came back home and I like got to the point to where it was like the worst like panic, like state of panic that I've ever been in, to where like I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't drink any water, nothing, no juice, no nothing. Like I wasn't drinking nothing. I didn't even want to go outside the house. Like I couldn't even go out the door. Like, or I just start shaking. I feel like I can't breathe. Like just everything. My heart like started beating super fast. My chest hurting. And it got to a point where I was like, something's wrong with me. Like there's no way I should just be feeling this. And I didn't really know what like anxiety and panic disorder was back then. And I just was like tripping out all the time. And then, yeah, it was really bad. It was to the point where I lost like 40 pounds just from not eating in like a month and a half. I just dropped all that weight like instantly. And then I ended up getting a little bit better, and that's when I like kind of started doing music. And I feel like when I started doing the music, it kind of brought me out of that for a little while. And like I would still get anxiety and panic attacks every now and then, but it wasn't as bad as it was when it started. I was afraid to take meds. Like I don't like taking medicine. I don't even like taking Tylenol. Like none of that.
Like it gotta be to the point where I know like
I have to take it.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I have to take it. Like I know I have to take it. That's the only way I will. But yeah, like I took meds actually. Like I actually got on meds for a little bit and was like, let me try. Well, let me go back. I went to therapy. It's crazy because I didn't know I needed help in that sense. Like I didn't know it was my mental health. I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I just know like something's wrong with me. And I kept going to the doctors like all the time, like something's wrong. And they're like, oh, it's just anxiety. And actually one day at the studio, I did have a really bad panic attack after I left the studio one night. I was there like super late, ended up going to the ER. Like my vision started going dark. I couldn't really see, and I'm driving from Stockton to Dublin. Couldn't really see. My hands started and my wrist started getting like really numb, and then like my heart, like was beating like really hard, and then my chest was like hurting really bad, and then I was like, I can't breathe, like I can't really breathe, and I just started tripping, and then I drove myself to the ER in Tracy, and I got there, and I could barely even walk. Like they like immediately brought me in and started like hooking me up to everything. They're like, no, you're fine, like your EKG is good. They came in, first time I ever had any anxiety medication, and it was Ativan. And they gave me a lot of it. They gave me 2 milligrams. So I was like high off my, like, I was so high. Like, it's not even funny. And they're like, yeah, you have to have somebody come get you because if you get pulled over, like, it'll show up on, like, the breathalyzer, blah, blah, blah. And, like, we don't need you to get into an accident because obviously, like, I was, like, on. Right. So I was like, yeah, like, I'm going to call, like, somebody to come get me. My car's outside, though. So I was like, yeah, somebody's here. They're like, you sure? Like, somebody's here to get you. I'm like, yeah. I walked outside, just drove home. But I don't remember driving home. That's how bad it was. I don't even remember. So it's like I was, like, basically drunk, driving home. And then, yeah. I mean, I'm glad I got through that because that was, like, the worst panic attack I've ever had in my life. Like, that's probably one of the worst ones. It was that first one. And ever since then, like, I've never been able to get away from my panic disorder. Like, it's been there since.
Do you know what triggers it?
Everything. A lot. Any and everything. Like, as long as something gives me some type of anxiety, it can be anywhere from as little as me hearing something I don't want to hear. How long has it been? 2 hours?
An hour. No, it's only been 50 minutes.
Pretty much anything triggers my anxiety or my panic disorder. It can be as small as like me hearing something that I don't want to hear, whether it's like something bad happening or, you know, going through like a real stressful situation, of course, all the way up until like just too many people in a room, me being into like claustrophobic in small places. I don't like flying. No.
So you don't travel often?
No. Unless I'm driving.
I'm claustrophobic too. Like like it could be scenes like the scene in Kill Bill when she's in the coffin. Like that shit gives me anxiety. Yeah. Not like I've never had a anxiety attack or panic attack per se, but I feel like when I them little small corners and stuff, or like seeing like miners and shit, or like people crawl into small places, that shit triggers me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody locked me in a closet when I was a kid or something, but I can't figure out why I don't like it and what it does to me, or where this even came from. But yeah, it bothers the hell out of me to see those small spaces.
Yeah, no, I hear you. 'Cause even it's crazy because I still like deal with it a lot. It's funny because a lot of people are like, I wouldn't even been able to tell like you have anxiety or like you're having a panic attack. I hide it very well, but that's because I've been going through it for so long that like it bothers me a lot. But I'll like try to get up and get out of that room, that environment as fast as I can, so that those feelings go away. Because my anxiety is all physical symptoms, and it's like not fun. It's very like disabling, and it sucks because it's like I can't live a normal life just like on my own by myself. Like a lot of people ask me like why I still live with my parents. Yes, I still live with my parents. And a lot of it's because recently I did go through another like really bad panic like state. I was living by myself. I lived in Fairfield in Mountain House. I was doing really good. I ended up having to quit my job because of my panic disorder. I worked at the prison, and it started getting bad, and I don't even know why. It just randomly started getting bad, and then they told me I had to fly. So then I was like, dang, I don't want to do that.
I ain't gonna be able to do that.
From Cali to Georgia, and I was just like, I've done it before. Don't get me wrong, I have done it. I didn't want to. I was like, I'm not ready. And so I ended up quitting my job just because of that. It's embarrassing, but it's real.
Yeah, no, mental
it's like a
health is
real
real,
thing.
for sure.
Yeah. And I'm very open and honest about everything that I go through. But a lot of people don't know that. So this is my first time ever talking about why I left my job. Because I was doing really good. And I was making a lot of money. It was a career. It wasn't even a job. It was
No,
a
I
career.
remember that. Well, that
And
career.
yeah, so left there, moved back in with my mom. And my dad helps me a lot with my kids. So, you know, that works for me. So I don't have to put them in daycare. Because that's expensive. But yeah, it's bad. It got bad again, and that's how I lost all this weight again. Because I went through another recently, kind of, because I literally just got this then like a few months ago. So I went through it pretty bad again and lost all this weight just because I wasn't eating. I was super stressed out. I had a lot going on. I was homeless for like 2 weeks. I like didn't have really anything. I didn't have hardly no money. Like, I'm not rich right now either. I don't got money like that right now either. And that's just because I'm slowly trying to integrate myself back into working regularly, a full schedule. Right now I just work Friday through Sundays for my actual job, and then I coach Monday through Thursday. So that's getting me used to being out in places where I would have thought places that would have been uncomfortable for me like a few months ago. Now I'm out there doing it. And if you ask, there's like 3 people that like, really 2 that were there like throughout this whole last like 2 years of me going through this. It's like once I like left, me and my ex broke up. After that, like I went through like a lot, like mentally, not more so because of him at all. It was just my own stuff that I had going on. It was just a lot. And it all stems from just like my childhood. Like I kind of know like why I am the way I am now, or like why I deal with the stuff I deal with. It does stem from my childhood, the way I was raised, what I was raised around, what I seen at an early age, all of that. And just the weight that I have on my shoulders now. Yeah, it pretty much just like all kind of, and I hold a lot of stuff in. That was my thing. I used to hold a lot of stuff in, so it just kind of piles up and then I just explode. But I've gotten better with talking about it. I talk about like my anxiety, my panic disorder a lot. I keep people updated, even on like my social media. I'm like, hey, a little update, which I do need to give them a little update. Last time I talked to them, I told them I was starting a medication, and then I started feeling a little bit better. But I've been pretty good this month, thankfully. I've been pretty decent. But yeah, I lost a lot of weight. I lost 60 pounds this time from just not eating. Because every time I eat, I get panic attacks. Like when it gets that bad, I don't know why. I get panic attacks when I eat, or drink certain stuff. And then I did have surgery too. I had to get my gallbladder removed like 2 months ago now, almost 3. So I lost like 10 more pounds from that. But yeah, I was like 237. Now I'm like 160. So I lost a lot of weight.
Anybody want to give me anxiety?
That's what everybody says. Well, give me your stress. And I'm like, trust me, you don't want it. It goes
sure
deeper.
you don't, right.
But we going to leave it where it's at the main things. But yeah, it's been a struggle. Even still to this day, like doing certain things like is really hard for me. But I just try to push myself through it. Like there's times where I'll just be like standing places or walking and I just get really dizzy. Super dizzy. And I'm just like, okay. Or I have to like just stop for a second and be like, hold on, time out. Okay, I feel what I feel. I have to make sure I'm like there, and I gotta like mentally like help myself get through it. I used to not be able to do that, but now like I can just kind of like just slow down. You're okay. I know what you feel is scary, but it's gonna go away. Sometimes I don't feel like it's gonna go away though. Like it gets bad. Sometimes I'm like, bro, I'm finna have a heart attack or something. Like something is about to happen. I have been having a lot of negative thoughts like that too lately, which is not good. Because that's me backtracking, going back into not the healthy thoughts that I need to be having. Or I always think something's gonna happen to me, like bad, or things like that. And what scares me most about it is because my kids, like, I don't want to leave this earth. And my babies are still my babies, right. You know? So that's like my biggest thing, especially since my son's dad is in his life. He's not as active, like, I feel like he should be. And my daughter's dad's not really in her life at all. She hasn't seen him since she turned like 3. But he's actually coming out here for her birthday next month, so that's good. You know, he's trying now. And I'm going to let him try. I'm not a bitter baby mama. I'm going to let him try. I'm never going to keep my kids from their dads, no matter what we went through, what we gone through, like what was said. If you want to be here for your kids, all power to you. Like, I don't mind. Just make sure my kids are safe. That's my biggest thing. Like, my kids better be safe. Because they're definitely everything. So, yeah.
Shout out to mothers.
Mm-hmm. Those are my babies.
How... I don't want it to drag on, but how do your friends support that? Like when you're having those moments, what is the support that you're receptive to?
There's not many people that, like, it's not really a lot my friends can do. I know I have some friends that are like, they'll check up on me here and there, like, hey, how have you been? Oh, I see you've been doing better. But I have like 2 people right now that have like really been helpful through the whole process since I like went down that really bad path. I had to take time off of work and everything. And every time I went to the hospital, I was going like every day, every other day, literally going to the ER. They were there for me in any way I could ask, like, you know? So if I was like, I need you to come, like, now, they would leave whatever they're doing and come straight over. I really just, the only thing that really helps that they have been doing, I know they wish they could do more, like, certain people wish they could do more, of course, who wouldn't? Like, if I can say, hey, you're better, you don't have to deal with this ever again, great, that'd be cool, but it's not like that, and it sucks because they always feel bad. Like, I wish there was something I could do to help you. And it's like, I wish too, but there's nothing like anybody can do for me, you know? So just more so just knowing that you're there for me, or like even sit there on the phone with me, anything like that, or like trying to get my mind off those thoughts. It's not like depressive or suicidal thoughts. It's just more so like thinking about, like I said, like, well, as I said, I am a hypochondriac. So I always think something's medically wrong with me. If you want to like break it down, like for real, like why I have anxiety and like the other parts that it goes into. So it's not just like being claustrophobic, that like, you know, it's the hypochondriac portion of it that's like the worst part. Even though like the doctors will say you're fine, but it's like I don't ever feel fine. So how am I okay when I'm feeling these things I shouldn't feel? And it's every single day. Like sometimes you get tired, you know, you're like, bro, like I just don't want to live with this anymore. I don't want to go through this anymore. It gets depressing. More so, and just like I just wish I could be happy. I wish I can go one day without having to worry about, okay, am I going to have to take my meds? Or I take meds now, but it's like, am I going to have to take my emergency meds? Am I going to be okay? Like, I'm constantly worrying, and it's like, I know that goes more into like me, as a lot of people say, like, I need to be more like spiritually in tune. Like, it's because I'm not spiritually in tune as much as I should be. You know, like I don't go to church every Sunday. I work Sundays. I only work Friday through Sunday. So it's like, I don't get to go to church, or like, but that's what I say. In the mornings I wake up, I make sure I read like the scriptures and stuff first. I try to make sure it's the first thing I do. So it's not that, I don't know. I'm trying. Let me just say that I'm trying.
You're doing the best you can with what you got.
I'm doing the best I can at this point, and it's just still a hard road. I'm not anywhere near where I want to be, like as in being better, and I don't know if I'll ever get there. But I know a lot of people I've talked to, they're just like, I don't know how to deal with it, and it's just tiring. It is tiring. I'm tired. But I gotta keep going. I got my kiddos and
Yes,
keep rolling with the punches. Even if I didn't have kids at the same time, it's like you gotta find something that makes you happy. You gotta find something that
Keeps you
makes
going.
you want to keep pushing. So yeah, that's my whole.
I think you
thing on
kind of
that.
answered my end-all question
Mm-hmm.
of what's one truth people have a hard time accepting about you.
Well, what was your answer to that then?
When you said people like you mask your anxiety pretty well, like people don't know you go through this as to the extent that you go through it.
Yeah.
Even when you like try to explain it to me, it's like really, like
Yeah.
I don't get that from you.
Yeah.
I felt like that was kind of answered.
Yeah, definitely. You could definitely say that because a lot of people be like, yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Nah, it's that bad. I just don't show it. I try not to. But yeah, but that's pretty much about it.
Well, I appreciate you for being vulnerable enough
Yes.
with me to talk about it. I want to give you your flowers for showing up.
Thank you.
Because you're here now.
Yeah.
I actually had to wait for one of those situations to take its course. I couldn't do nothing. I wanted to. I have this savior's complex, so I'm always wanting to help somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But like I said, I want to give you your flowers for showing up and being vulnerable, giving your experience, and just being acceptant to what's coming for you.
Yeah. Definitely. So
You gonna make it.
We gonna make it.
We gonna
If
make
I
it.
make it, hey,
Hey,
we gonna make it. We all gonna make it. Well, at least the ones, you know, if I know you, you know me. Definitely. I'm a real person, so.
so shout out to Miss Philly. Sing like Philly. If you want to get to the music.
Sing Like Philly on all streaming platforms. All my social media is Sing Like Philly. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all the stuff. Whatever you can do. Any support is appreciated. Stream the music. That's most important. That's how I make some kind of revenue off of my music. So definitely stream. But yeah.
That's how you can support.
Yes.
If you want to support without
Paying.
being direct.
Yeah. Without having to actually put any
And
money into it.
indirect support is stream.
Yes.
So again, shout out to you. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Let me say that. I appreciate you for bringing me on.
For sure. And for those of you that know, and those of you that don't, this is the Holla the Truth podcast, bringing you the truth from the future, the present, and the past. But I gotta ask, can you handle it?
Holla the truth.